Here, let me type this in real quick. This is one of those nights. Everything is just not working. Okay, guys, am I back here? Are you guys able to see me? Just let me know if I'm back. All right, looks like we're back here. I apologize. I don't know what's going on. This is one of those days. Are Wednesdays bad for the internet or what? Yeah, Capital One, pull the plug. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I just happen to be talking and I look and I'm like, oh, I'm offline. What? All right. So I apologize, guys. I apologize. It looks like my viewer count went down to 0 or something. I don't know. So please, guys, if you guys are in here and you haven't hit the like button, please do so. That way we can bring people back in. Yeah, I don't know what happened. That's the first time it's ever like completely just gone out. So, all right, we'll keep moving forward. Thank you guys for coming back or staying here. I really appreciate it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go look at some of these other questions here. Okay, so Dolly's saying, I love that you come on your show. I'm incredibly grateful for your the opportunity. Okay, cool. So Dolly's saying that she's down. And like I said, I want to do, if we could do at least 2 people, 2 people plus me, so at least 3 of us on, I would love to do that. And then if we can do 4, we can try to do a 4-person live stream. So I'm gonna hit you guys up offline. If you guys are interested, like I said, you don't have to be on video. If you don't want to, we can call it in, we can phone it in, I guess. And I also will be doing some. And Dolly, I think raised this. I think it was Dolly that raised this. The fact that we can do like some phone calls too. So let's say you guys have questions. We can start doing phone calls where you can just call in and then ask your question, and then we can work it that way. So if it's like something you don't want to have to type in, and you might have a couple of different questions, then we can do that. So we'll start doing some phone calls as well. It's not gonna be on my Pixel though. I'll have another dedicated line. I don't want to put out this number and then now I'm getting phone calls, a bunch of different phone calls. So I'll have it dedicated. Google Voice number, so we'll use that in the future. All right, I just lost my chat here. Let's get that back here. All right, let's move on here, and we'll wait till that comes back. Yeah, my chat, I tried to refresh it. Oh, here we go, and it just completely went away. All right, guys. So please, yeah, if you guys are in here and you haven't hit the like button, please do so. We got to get our numbers back up. We're down to, I think we have about 21 people in here. Whereas before we were up at almost 40. So yeah, please hit that like button if you haven't done so we can bring some more people in. Okay, let's see. Oh, Afro Guajira is here. What's going on, Afro Guajira? So for those of you who don't know, look at my chat. Like, it's not even showing me my full chat right now. Yeah, this is really, really bothering me. I don't like when things don't go right. Like, usually I'm able to fix it on the fly, but today it's just not working right. So Afro Guajira, she is Colombian, and she is just got back from her hometown, which is La Guajira, and so I'll be having her back on the show as well. She tells me that she watches all the time, but she doesn't really know too much about like travel credit cards. Travel credit cards are big in the U.S., but they're not big like all over. Yeah, they don't really make sense to her. And in certain situations, like, you have to be really wealthy. In some countries, you have to be really wealthy in order to have credit cards anyway. So she doesn't understand a lot of this stuff that we talk about, but she always comes by to support. So thank you for stopping by, Afro Guajira. Go over and check her channel out. And if you are interested in Spanish lessons, I'm taking Spanish lessons with her right now. So she does it over, I believe, what's it called? Zoom. Zoom is the software that she uses, or that we use. It's just like Skype. That's what it is. And it's cool because we were just talking back and forth, and she's teaching me Spanish over the internet. I mean, it's just think how amazing that is, right? Like in the past, and I knew when I grew up, learning Spanish and all that good stuff. Like when you take Spanish, like in school and stuff like that, you have to actually go to a class. Well, now I can sit in my own living room, and she can sit in her own living room, and we can do a Skype call, and I can learn Spanish that way. So the internet is just an amazing thing. So yeah, check out her channel. She just put out a video on life in La Guajira. Actually, I think she was talking about like getting gas and just traveling and stuff to La Guajira. So check it out. It's really good content, and it's coming from a Colombian viewpoint in Colombia. So it'll kind of give you that experience. I do want to go to La Guajira at some point on my Colombia travels. But yeah, if you want to check her channel out, she's got some real good content, and there's the link there, so you can go ahead and go over to her channel and give the video a like, and also subscribe to her channel too. She's trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and that's like the first milestone. And so she's at about I'm looking at it right now, 774. She's almost there. She's got you beat, Flashpoint. You need to pick up your game, man. But she's almost there. So if you guys could really help her out to get to 1,000. And she does all of her videos in English. So that's something really unique about her, because a lot of Colombians, like I just said earlier, they don't speak English. So you're getting a viewpoint from a Colombian about Colombia, but in English, which is really good. Okay. All right, let's see here. Let me move on down here. And I apologize if I'm missing questions and stuff like that. When we went out, my live chat went it went away, so I don't have some of the stuff that was on there before. So I apologize if I'm missing some of the questions. Just ask me again, and I'll try to answer those questions for you. Let's see. Julio's saying I switched from AT&T to Google Fi because AT&T wants $10 per day to access my plan when I'm not in the U.S. or Mexico. Already was using Google Pixel 3 XL, so I didn't need a SIM card. Yeah. So, and I've never gotten a SIM card when I've traveled to another country. So I just think it's easier not to even have to worry about it and just have a phone where I can just turn my phone on and it works. I don't have to do anything extra. So yeah, we'll see how it works. I will give you guys a full review of how Google Fi works in other countries. I do think it's a really good option for people who travel a lot. So let's see. David saying I thought I was going to easily get that $150 sign up bonus and treat myself, but I guess not. $150 sign up. Okay. I don't know. I think I'm missing part of that comment there. Okay, P. Gill, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. Faker fans, what's up, man? Okay. Yeah, that's when I went offline, and that's when I came back. Okay, and David saying that all the likes in the live chat went away. So, okay, that's unfortunate. It's still showing me the likes there, though. Looks like we're at about 20. Well, it says 29 likes. I don't even know if that's accurate, but I'm looking on my phone. I have my phone open because like I said, that other software is not working. So can't really monitor real time. Okay, let's see here. And David saying he's down to be on the video. So we have David, we have Dolly, and Justin. Justin said he would be down, so we'll like I said, we'll work something out. What's going on, Hip? How you doing, buddy? And he's asking, is Afro Guajira a celebrity in Colombia? She probably is by now. And she's tall. Not that Colombians are short, but she's tall, so she does stand out a little bit. And she has her, her little afro going. And she's beautiful too, so that always helps. But yeah, I'm sure she's a celebrity out there by now. There's some YouTubers out there that are pretty popular. YouTube is still. I've seen some YouTubers that are pretty popular in Colombia. When I say popular, I mean they have millions of subscribers, so they do have some out there. Let's see. Okay. And Alfredo Guerrero says, gracias, David. Yes. What did I say? De nada. There you go. All right, guys. Any questions? Go ahead and feel free to put it in the chat. And Justin saying, yeah, yep. Thanks. Happy to chat. Okay, cool. So that will work out. All right, guys. And Brian, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. So, guys, get the questions going. I have a little bit of time here. And so if you guys have any questions, go ahead and feel free to put it out there to us. And what is your, you know what I want to know? What is your, and yeah, Afro Guajira is saying Zoom, so that's what she uses, Zoom. So, and I talked a little bit about the whole Spanish thing. So if you do want to learn Spanish, she's very knowledgeable when it comes to Spanish. Obviously, she speaks Spanish, but she speaks English too, so it helps out a lot. If you travel to Colombia, there are different slang that Colombians use. So you're going to learn Spanish, the Colombian Spanish, as opposed to the like Spanish that Mexicans speak or Spanish that Spaniards speak. So you'll learn it the Colombia way. So if you do travel to Colombia, and that's why I went with her, because I travel to Colombia a lot. I like going to Colombia, so I want to learn the slang, the Colombian slang. Okay. Brian saying, Amex green card. What are your predictions since they took it down? You know what? I'm so out of the loop when it comes to American Express, so I I couldn't give you an educated answer to that question. At some point, I need to get someone on the show who's an expert, hint David, on Amex, that can talk a little bit more intelligently about American Express. I know about the American Express Platinum. I know about the Gold because those are the two most popular cards. It might be the most popular cards, period. I would say like the top three. What would you say the top three most popular cards are? Amex Platinum, Amex Gold, and Chase Sapphire Reserve. I'd say that those are the three top cards, and then of course, yeah, the black card. But yeah, nobody can get that. You got to be invited in. But as far as cards that you can apply for, I think those are probably the top three most popular ones. Okay. So yeah, I think it would be great to have someone in here that can talk a little bit about those cards. So, all right, what do we have here? Let me take this phone call real quick, and I will be right back. All right, guys. All right. I hate when I get restricted calls because I have to answer it if it's work or something like that. And so usually if I see who it is, and I can always say, "Hey, I'll call you right back." But if it's like a restricted call, I gotta answer the phone. So I apologize for that, but took care of everything. So let's go ahead and move forward here. And all right. So any questions? And whoa, we got a few things in here. Okay, so Nate and Jess is saying, did you see my comment about what card to get next? Earlier, I was thinking maybe the Chasing Preferred, since I got 2 slots taken. The Chase Freedom Unlimited 3 times and the Southwest Priority card. So you're saying you have 2 slots taken. And let's see. I always have to think through these things when you guys ask me questions like this. But I do like answering questions when it comes to like which card you should get next. I was thinking maybe the Chasing Preferred. Yeah, that Chasing Preferred is a really good card. I mean, you're getting 80,000 sign-up bonus, which is not going to be there forever. So you might want to take advantage of it. If you're considering getting that card, that's probably you probably want to jump on it now. And not wait, because at some point I'm sure they're going to drop that back down to 50,000. Although now that the American Express Platinum, which they're not comparable because they're at different levels, but still it's a business card, the American Express Platinum business, and then the Chase Inc. Business Preferred. The American Express just jumped they just upped it to 100,000 points for the sign up bonus, although it's like a 25,000 you need to spend in order to get that, which is crazy, but it's still there. So they do have that 100,000 sign up bonus that's in your face when you go on the website. So if you're not reading the fine print, you're looking at, 100,000. So maybe that will keep Chase Inc. Preferred card at 80,000 for a little while because of that. So yeah, I would jump on it. I definitely would jump on that card. That's a good card to get. And then you get the 3 points for every dollar spent category. So that's good. Okay, David Hernandez, what's going on, buddy? Just applied for the Ink Preferred. Congratulations, man. So you applied. Did you get it? That's the important part. Did you get the card? All right, let's see here. Okay, so Julio's saying you should get some data-only SIMs on your Google Fi account. I have one on my iPad. Okay, and I think I went over this question already, but maybe I went back too far. Yeah, I do want to get some of those. So I do plan to get another tablet, and maybe I'll get some of those SIM cards because they're free to get, and it's just a matter of you're using your data with that SIM card. So if I wanted to use it for whatever, I usually, when I'm traveling, I usually don't bring a tablet around. Like I only use a tablet usually when I'm on the plane or if I'm sitting in the lounge or something like that at the airport. So I don't really use it once I get to my destination. I'm just using my phone. There's really no reason for me to pull a tablet out at that point. Let's see. Okay, so you guys will have to excuse me if I'm going over some of the same questions because it looks like my chat came back to my software here, but it didn't leave me it's not where I left off. So let's see. Okay, Wayne, what's going on? Hello, Americans. He always says the same thing. What's going on, Wayne? Let's see. I only use about $50 a week anyway. So you guys are talking about something there. Pariah, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. My local grocery store has gas pumps. I've been using gold for 4 points for every dollar, or 4 points for every dollar spent on gas. I imagine that's good, man. That's pretty cool. Wow, grocery store with gas pumps. That's kind of the only place I've ever seen that is like it's like a 7-Eleven. It's not a grocery store; it's a liquor store. But yeah, I've seen some 7-Elevens that have gas stations, but I haven't seen like a grocery store. Well, I take that back. Like Sam's Club does and Costco does, but other than that, like I think, what is it? Is it Who else has them? Is it Safeway or Ralph's? I think some other areas they do have. Now that I'm thinking about it, I do remember seeing another grocery chain like Ralph's or something like that has had gas stations. Okay. Let's see, Faker fan. Could you get an EIN to get around 524 I'm not your since it's not your social security. This I gotta do something about this screen. It needs to be bigger. It's way too small. I am squinting to read this. So yes, you can if you have a business, and don't say get around. Like if you have a legitimate business, you can get an EIN number, and that EIN number becomes its own entity. So yes, you can get cards with that. So you can get some business cards with that. So, but that's not getting around 524 because business cards don't count towards your 524 anyway. Now you're talking about personal cards. Yeah, you can't get a personal card on a business. So yeah, I guess that would answer your question. Yeah, you can't get like a personal credit card when it comes to a business. So just something to think about when it comes to that. But I mean, there are a lot of good business cards that are out there. That I mean, the ink cards. I'm telling you, those cards are amazing. You don't even need to worry about like the whole 524 thing and all that. When you're getting these business cards and you're getting good sign up bonuses, better sign up bonuses than you're going to get on the personal cards, as well as credit limits. Credit limits tend to be a little bit higher when you go with the business cards. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Nate just saying I have 3 slots taken with the Chase Freedom Unlimited Southwest and the Navy Federal Credit. Drops off 524 next year. Okay, cool. And I know you had that question earlier. I hope I answered it for you. I would go with that Chasing Preferred. I think that's an amazing card, and get it now with that 80,000 sign up bonus. But I see where you are right now. So you have the 520, or you're at 324 right now, and you have those 2 slots open. So you get that one card, and then you'll still have the 2 slots open. I think you wanted to get the World of Hyatt card. I think that's one of the cards that you were considering getting. I would jump on that card. It's an amazing card to have. You already like staying at Hyatt, so I would just go all in, get their card and get those benefits. So that, and then I don't know if you like flying on United, but they work well with the Chase ecosystem, as well as JetBlue too. JetBlue you have transfer partners with Chase now, so that's also something to think about. Okay, let's go ahead and move on down. Oh, okay. So Justin's saying that Giant and Wise here in PA has gas pumps. Yeah, I've never even heard of that grocery store. I've never heard of that before. Here we go. Camera Lover, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Okay. Kroger's on the East Coast. Okay, so wow, that's pretty common. In Southern California, we don't have very many. Like I said, Sam's Club, Costco. Those are the main ones that I can think of right now that have gas stations. But other than that, there are not too many in Southern California. And that's amazing. Like all over the U.S., it's just different, right? You have different things, different companies. A lot of people don't know what In-N-Out is on the East Coast. They might have heard of it, but it's not like a thing because there's no In-N-Out over there, so they don't know what they're missing. In-N-Out is amazing, by the way. We just got, well, not just, but I say in the last couple of years, we got Five Guys here. I'm not a big fan. I've tried their food, and it's okay. It's an acquired taste, I guess. But yeah, it's just funny that different parts of the country, not everything is uniform. It's not all the same, right? You don't have, well, I guess for Walmart's are pretty much all over, but there are a lot of different stores and stuff like that aren't the same in different areas of the U.S. As well as when you travel outside of the country, you start to find out that there are different companies and different people do things differently. Obviously, you're in a different country. I think that's one of the things I really like about travel is it's a whole new experience, and you get to see like I don't like traveling to countries where things are very similar to the U.S. I like traveling somewhere where things are a lot different, where um, it's just a whole different experience. You're kind of because then you're just kind of like looking around and you're like, wow, that's cool, that's cool. It's just a whole different. Um, all I can think of is experience. Yeah, the whole experience is just different, and it's great. Now you will have some of the same things. I can speak on Colombia. There's some things there in Colombia I'm amazed that they have. Like uh, God, they don't have Walmart. They have Éxito. That's their Walmart there. But they do have like Papa John's pizza, which I'm thinking, what? Papa John's? Really? They're that big, or they're in other countries like that? But yeah, they have some other things. KFC, of course, and a lot of the restaurants, like they'll have the McDonald's, of course, and Burger King. They had something that was interesting to me. They had Cinnabon. I was in one of the malls, and they had a Cinnabon. So if you guys are familiar with Cinnabon, it's not very. It doesn't seem like it's a very big company, but yeah, they have Cinnabon in Colombia. So that was striking to me. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and move on here. Let's see. In and Out is overrated. Whatever, David. Plain tasting. In and Out is good. And the thing is, like Southern California, we're accustomed to like we have an appetite for In and Out. Like I haven't met too many people that tell me they don't like In and Out. And there are people that I know that are coming from that come from other places where they don't have In and Out, and they have to eat In and Out when they're here. In and Out has a weird kind of a smell. Oh, I shouldn't say weird. It has a distinct smell. So if you're driving through a neighborhood, you have the windows down, you can smell In and Out before you get there. Because it just has a distinct smell to it. I mean, it's good. It smells good, but like I'm saying, it just when I'm driving, I can smell. Oh, there's In and Out around here. I can smell it. It's crazy. You guys will know what I'm talking about if you've been near an In and Out. It has like that distinct smell. Price talking about Shake Shack. I haven't had Shake Shack yet, but yeah. So people, it's an acquired taste, I guess. In and Out is, but I mean they're burgers, so it's burgers. Their French fries are a little different. I like them. I personally like them. Some people they're not a big fan of their French fries. The war on SJW. What's going on, buddy? Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and move on here. Just screening some of the questions here. Chase is relatively new to the West Coast. They took over in '09 recession. Yeah, in WAMU. Yeah, that's very, and that's Faker fans saying that as far as Chase goes on the West Coast. Yeah, they're all over now though on the West Coast. Well, I won't say on the West Coast all over, but I would say in Southern California they're everywhere, and they did take over Washington Mutual. They're like, I mean, we have Chase banks everywhere, which is good because I can always go and branch if I need to. But I found that in some other parts of the U.S. they're not everywhere. So I think on the East Coast you don't have Chase banks you don't have as many Chase banks as we have out here in Southern Cal. Morgan, what's going on, buddy? All right, Lando, how you doing? Question: I have the Chase Preferred and wait, let's see, the Chase Preferred with the Advantage Platinum. I'm new to travel credit cards. Do you suggest I get the United Mileage Plus card to pair with the Chase Preferred? Yeah, so you know what? In your portfolio looks similar to mine when I first started out. I had the Advantage card, and then I got the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. So what you want to do, because now you've kind of split your cards up, so you have that Advantage card. I don't know if you have any points on your cards yet, if you've redeemed points, but if you have points still on your card, yeah, the United Mileage card is very good to complement your Chase card. but you are going to want to use those advantage points at some point. And so, yeah, it depends. If you want to stick with American Airlines to use those points up and then go to United and stay with United, if you want to make that commitment, then that makes sense. But you don't necessarily have to get that United Mileage Plus card, because you can still get some other cards out there. When I say other cards, you don't have to go with the airline branded card if you don't want. And I know I always kind of talk about, yeah, you know what, get that United card. It's a really good card to get. So you know what, I'm gonna take that back. What I just said, I'm taking back. Yes, United card is a good card to get, because you're gonna need that in your, if you want to go with the Chase ecosystem. Because right now you're kind of in between. You have a Citi card and then you have a Chase card. If you are leaning toward going to that Chase ecosystem and you know you wanna take advantage of that 524 and get those cards now, then go ahead. Yeah, it's the time to jump in, get that United card. Check out Hyatt if you like Hyatt properties. Stay at least one night at a Hyatt to see if you like their customer service and everything, and then maybe consider getting that Hyatt card. At some point, if you do travel 3 to 4 times a year, you might want to consider going up to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. If you just got the Chase Ink Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you're going to have to wait a year in order to do that upgrade to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. But yeah, the United card is a good card to get, and then the World of Hyatt is another card to consider, and then the Chase Freedom card. I like the regular Chase Freedom card. You get 5% back, or 5 points for every dollar spent, rotating categories. So every quarter they change that up. So just something to think about there. But yeah, I would look at that United card. Okay. Oh, you guys are talking all about food. You guys got me hungry too. I know I started it, but now I'm getting hungry. Talking about all this food, I want to go out and get some In-N-Out. Let's see. Solid Liquid, what's going on, buddy? In-N-Out is overrated and not as good as Shake Shack. All right. Yeah, it's a geography thing. Like, it's, we like our In-N-Out over here. And I haven't had Shake Shack yet. Is there a Shake Shack? I don't know. Who knows? I don't go to. I eat. How can I say this? I do eat fast food, but I kind of am pretty simple. Like, I'll eat the same things. I don't really venture out too much. Like I said, I had the Five Guys once, and I'm like, I'm not a fan of this. So I usually just eat the same thing, El Pollo Loco. I don't know if you guys have that out there, but I ate that a lot. Okay. So the war on SJW. Any tips on dealing with language differences when traveling? And I just talked about. I don't know if you're in the room, but I just talked about Google Translate. Google Translate is something that you want to have, even if you do speak the language. You still want to have Google Translate, because there might be some things that you don't understand. But what you can do with Google Translate, you can download it offline. So, or you can download it to your phone so it's offline, so you don't have to use data in order to use it. But that's what I use. I always have my Google Translate. I have my phone in my hand. I'm ready. I have my Google Translate so I can pull it out if I need to translate something. I speak Spanish, or I don't speak Spanish. I speak very little Spanish, so I do use it from time to time when I'm in Spanish-speaking countries. Like when I go to Colombia, I'm going to have it out and use it. And it's very good. Like it's very accurate now. So what you're saying is it's able to translate that and get it to, or people are able to understand what you're asking for. Okay, Pariah, Mexico has Krispy Kreme and Walmart. Yeah, what, Krispy Kreme, that's weird. I haven't seen that in another country. I haven't seen Krispy Kremes before in another country. But Walmart, yeah, I've seen Walmart. Costa Rica has Walmart. There's some countries that Walmart didn't work. Like in Colombia was one of them. Walmart didn't work. I believe it was. Yeah, I believe it was. It was. Almost positive it was Colombia, where people they weren't receptive to Walmart, or they didn't. experimented with it, and then they didn't go anywhere else with it. Éxito, like I said, that's their Walmart, and Éxitos are everywhere, and they have kind of like the department store / grocery store setup. And then they have some of them that are, I don't know if you guys are familiar with a neighborhood Walmart where it's just a grocery store. They have those as well, like an Éxito that's just a grocery store. Okay. Or maybe it was Thailand. There was somewhere where Walmart didn't work. I think it was Thailand, actually. Because someone was telling us, yeah, Walmart just didn't work here. Like they weren't receptive to Walmart. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to move on through. And so I'm going to answer these last few questions here. So if you guys have anything right now, now's the time to go ahead and put it in here. And please hit the like button. I know I don't know exactly what our likes are. It's showing me right now that it's at 33, and this is on my phone. I'm just looking at my phone. But for whatever reason, it doesn't update the likes that much. So we're trying to get to 50 likes. So if you are in the room and you haven't hit the like button, please do so we can bring some more people in. Actually, no, 33. That's how many people are in the room. I'm all off. I don't know how many likes there are, but if it did refresh the likes, then just please hit the like button so we can at least work back towards that 50. We went offline, and so once we came back, I think it might have erased some of that stuff, which it shouldn't have done, but it could have. Okay, they're bringing In-N-Out burgers to Denver, Colorado Springs. Cool. You guys are gonna like them. So to Denver and Colorado, you're gonna like In-N-Out. You'll get used to it if you. And there are different ways to order your food too. So there's like a hidden menu, or not a hidden menu, but like I guess it is. It's a hidden menu. It's not shown, so you have to kind of know what you're asking for. But yeah, you'll like In-N-Out. My biggest problem with In-N-Out is you can't get bacon on your burgers. All right. Yeah, you can't. But you can get some like animal style fries, animal style burger. You can get some pretty crazy things there that are not on the menu that you just have to know. Flying Dutchman and just a variety of different things. In-N-Out was like a hangout after football games. So I played football all throughout high school and some junior college ball, and that was like our hangout. So after the football game, we would usually go to like a house party or something, and then we would end up at In-N-Out. So they were always open late back then. It like 2 a.m. was like late, like for places to be open. Like you had either Taco Bell or In-N-Out, and so In-N-Out was open. We all go hang out at In-N-Out, have some In-N-Out, and just talk about the game and all that good stuff. Okay. Vic is saying, what's better, In-N-Out or Popeye's chicken sandwich? In-N-Out, come on. Popeye's chicken sandwich I was not impressed. It just tastes like, I mean, it just tastes like a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. So, which is good. I mean, let me back up. The sandwich is good. The Popeye's chicken sandwich is good, but it didn't taste like any. It was a knockoff. It's a knockoff of the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. So, yeah, I would say In-N-Out's better. All right, let's see here. Okay, just move on through here. Go to Shake Shack. There are plenty in LA. So that's David saying that. All right, maybe one day I will go down there and get some Shake Shack. See what they're all about. 24 likes on the new stream. So that is really weird. Like, that's crazy. If they all my likes went away, that's weird. I never had that. I've never gone out like this before where it completely went out. Like sometimes it'll be like a little glitch and come right back. But yeah, that's unfortunate. All right, so yeah, if you guys are here and you have not hit the like button, please help me out. Help us out, hit the like button because they took some likes from me. I'm gonna have to contact YouTube and tell them, hey, this is unacceptable, even though it was my internet that went out, I guess. Yeah. All right, guys. Any other questions? Go ahead and feel free to put it in the chat. Let's see. Get the Amex Gold. and you can get some free Shake Shack with that dining credit. Yes, that's true. That is true. Let's see. How important is lounge access to you? Do you find it very beneficial? So that's the war on SJW. Yes, it is crucial to my travel experience now. It's very, very crucial. And let me tell you a little story of how my whole travel experience has been in the last 3 years. So I went from being one of these people who hated to travel. Like, I like getting to destinations. I hated the process of travel. So I hated going to the airport, standing in long lines, going into the terminal, sitting in there waiting, long layovers, waiting to get onto the plane and then flying to wherever I'm going. But once I got there, I had a good time. But it was just the fact that that whole travel experience I could not stand. So, all right, we got a super chat, so I'm going to come right back to this. We got to talk about the super chat real quick. Super chat from Cakeology. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. Like I said, we're gonna have Cakeology back on our show because he's got so much knowledge when it comes to travel. I'm sorry, when it comes to business credit. And I'm not making, I'm not being shy about it. Like, I'm reaching out to him to help me get, business right. And I'm adding, so I'm kind of incorporating. I have a photography business right now, but incorporating some of the other stuff that I'm doing now, like with YouTube. It's now becoming, a monthly profit. There you go. So I'm making money on YouTube. So I do want to have that as a part of my business. That way, when I buy, a lot of this stuff, I can use it as write-offs and things like that. So yeah, I'm really reaching out to him. But go over and check out his channel and subscribe to his channel. He's new when it comes to YouTube, but he's not new when it comes to business credit. So he has a lot of information to share with you guys. So really check him out. Getting back to the whole travel experience. So I hated waiting in airports. I hated waiting in line. So my goal with the whole travel thing, I told myself, hey, look, if I'm going to start traveling, I need to change things because it's just not, I don't want to be I don't like this travel process. So I need to change the process. So the first thing that I thought about, okay, well, I do not like waiting in line. So first thing that came to mind, global entry, TSA PreCheck. And all I did is got on YouTube and said, travel experiences. And I started seeing different things like, okay, well, you can do this. So global entry is what I got. The next thing, I hated waiting. Like, I wanted to get on the plane first. So what does that mean? Okay, you're probably going to want to get a travel credit card. That's an airline branded credit card. Make a commitment with that airline, fly with that airline. That way you'll get priority boarding. It doesn't matter if you're on business class, first class, economy, you're still going to get priority boarding. Now, first class and business class flyers will go before you, but that's okay. As long as I'm on the first, if I'm flying economy in that situation, if I'm flying economy, as long as I'm one of the first people in that economy section, I'm good with that. So that's another thing that I looked at. One of the other things, long layovers or just getting to the airport early. You have to sit in that regular terminal. So I wanted to think, okay, well, how do I get lounge access? I didn't even really know. I knew lounges existed, but I didn't know how you got into them. And then I started seeing, okay, well, you can get priority pass. That can be lounge access for you. And then I didn't know that if you're flying business class, first class, because I'd never, prior to 3 years ago, I'd never flown on business class or first class flights. I didn't know that you get lounge access for that too. So now I incorporate all these things when I travel because it just makes that whole travel experience that much better. So I would say, yes, it's crucial for me to have lounge access now. The only problem is with Priority Pass, you don't have lounge access everywhere. In some of the smaller airports, you're not going to have a lounge. We have small airports, or smaller. They're not even small airports. They're just smaller airports in Southern California that don't have lounges. Long Beach Airport does not have a lounge. That doesn't have a Priority Pass lounge. I don't know if they have some other stuff, but Long Beach Airport is really, really small, but it's convenient. Because like you're literally you can get through the screening process and everything in like 5 minutes, and you don't have to walk far. Like right when you walk out, you're in the airport. So it's a very small airport. Santa Ana Airport, so SNA. They might have. I'm sure they have lounges, but they don't have anything priority pass lounges. So yeah. But now I would say I look for lounges now when I'm booking my flights. So that's part of, like, if I'm gonna fly out of an airport or fly into an airport, I'm looking to see if they have lounge. If I have a long layover, 2 hours or more, I'm looking to see if they have lounge access. So, and that's a deciding factor. Now, if I can't avoid it, then I just have to fly to that airport, and I'll just have to bear. I mean, even 2 hours. 2 hours is probably, if you have 2 hours or less, lounge access doesn't mean anything, because by the time you get off your plane, and especially if you have to go through security again, some airports will make you go through security again. But by the time you get off your plane and you get to the next to your gate, they'll be boarding like maybe in 30 minutes or 20 minutes. So you don't really have much time as far as going to a lounge. But for those long layovers, lounges are very, very important. And if I do have a long layover, and like, I'll give you an example. Let's say I have a 4-hour layover at one airport, and they don't have any lounges, any priority pass lounges, but I would have a 6-hour layover at another airport, but they do have a priority pass lounge. I'm probably going with that 6 hours, believe it or not. And just because they have a lounge at that airport, and I know, my experience will be a lot better. I'm going to have to wait anyway. 4 hours, 6 hours. I might as well, go to a lounge and relax, as opposed to just sitting in the terminal. Okay. Okay, so Nate and Jess is saying, once they put the Centurion Lounge here in Denver, I'll be extremely tempted to get the Amex Platinum. Yeah, and I'm still waiting. LAX, I don't think they've opened it yet. I haven't heard anything. I would think there's going to be some type of announcement. So I haven't heard anything. Let's see. And I think a lot of people are waiting. And a Faker fan saying that waiting for the LA to open. Yeah, I plan to get it anyway. Like, I plan to get the Amex Platinum anyway next year sometime. But that does help. Having a Centurion Lounge service is definitely going to help. All right, so we have David from Watch Flies in the building. Let's say hey, David, and everybody. Wanted to hop in quick to apologize for not making the live stream tonight. My wife got in a car accident earlier this evening. Yeah, and so he told me about that. I didn't want to share that with you guys because I didn't know if he wanted to put that out there. But yeah, his wife did get in a car accident, so she's okay. But obviously, family takes precedence over doing our live stream. So I totally understand, David. No worries, man. We'll definitely jump in, or we'll have you in whenever you're willing to come back or come on. So yeah, man, just take care of all that. Take care of all that right now. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, no worries, man. No need to apologize or anything like that. The fans here, the community, the family, the TEC family, we all understand, and so we will be looking forward to interviewing you in the future. Okay. Yeah, P. Gill saying family always first. Thoughts and prayers, brother. Cool. That's from Faker fan. Okay. And Morgan saying it really depends on the lounge and the time of day. Some are better than others. Yeah, I would agree with you. And when it comes to food too, like, yeah, some of them don't have food or they have snacks. But I always say this: being in a lounge is better than being in the regular terminal. And in any lounge that I've been to, I don't care if they don't have much of anything. It's always better than sitting in the regular terminal. So, and plus you get the internet and stuff like that. And most lounges will offer that. So, yeah, it's generally just an overall better experience. Okay, let's see. Got my global entry interview at Long Beach. Cool, Faker fan. So you live obviously you live out here in Southern California. That's cool, man. Do that interview, and then once you do the interview, you probably you'll probably get that known traveler number. So, people have told me that they got it the same day. I think they emailed it to me a couple of days later, or they might have even given it to me that same day too. I can't remember. It's been a little while, but yeah, it's a whole different experience when you have global entry. When you're coming back into the country with global entry, I mean, you're like VIP. Seriously, you're like VIP. You don't have to wait in line for anything, especially coming back into LAX. You don't have to wait in line at all. You just walk right in, go through the kiosk, and get your little ticket, walk over to the customs agent. He's going to direct you to the baggage claim. And then you go through another line. Once you get the baggage claim, you pick your bags up, you have another line for global entry. And it's just a matter of them taking your ticket and you just walk. It's like, I mean, they streamline that process. It's really, really beneficial. All right. And Solid Liquid saying, coming into LAX today, I can say global entry is very much worth it. Yeah, it is a huge, huge benefit. Supreme Deal says that makes no sense. What makes no sense? Please elaborate there, Supreme Deals. Okay, no worries, Wise Flies. I'm glad your wife is okay. Yeah, that's true. So, David, yeah, that's a good point, David. And he's saying, and what is it with the chairs at airports? They're always the same, like in the terminal. Like they're always like similar seats, right? Just these uncomfortable, like wide chairs, and it's like every airport that I've been to, they have like these similar chairs. You guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, when you go into a lounge, the chairs are usually a little more comfortable than those chairs. Some of them are a lot more comfortable, and there have been some places where I'm not gonna lie, like I fell asleep. You get down in these chairs, and they're so comfortable that you just fall asleep. So yeah, that's that, and that's probably the reason why any lounge that I've been in, and pretty much any lounge that's out there, the experience is better than the regular terminal. Part of it is it's quieter, and the chairs are usually more comfortable. Bruce Law, what's going on, buddy? Let's see. Who should not get the reserve card? If you don't travel that much, it's probably not going to make sense for you. When I say that much, let's say you travel once per year, you probably won't be able to really take full advantage of it. And you don't have to travel far. You can travel within the U.S. and still have that Chase Sapphire Reserve and still get some benefit out of it if you're flying places. But if you don't fly very often, then you're really not gonna get the benefit, because part of that benefit is the lounge access. Part of the benefit is global entry, getting that global entry credit. Although you can get the TSA PreCheck, you can use that when you're flying domestic. But if I would say if you don't fly that much, yes, the Chase Sapphire Reserve probably won't make much sense. But if you do fly, then you can fully take advantage of that card. You do get the travel credit, which you can use the travel credit for a variety of different things. So you'll get that $300. But then working on that, so once you get the $300, the annual fee on the card is $450. So once you get that $300 travel credit, you can use that. But if you're not flying out, then you're not going to be able to take advantage and bring that $150 annual fee, or the $150 that's left in the annual fee, down to zero. So, yeah, if you fly 3 to 4 times a year, that's kind of the sweet spot that I always put out there. Then I think you're good with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. But it doesn't make sense for everyone to get that card. I recommend if you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred and you do travel 3, maybe 4 times a year, consider upgrading to that card, or just outright getting that card. If you don't have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, consider just getting that card. All right. Nate and Jess, let's see. Those terminal chairs won't let you sleep. Let's see. ID, rather lay on the ground. Yeah, I'd rather lay on the ground. Yeah. Yeah. And maybe it's well, I'm pretty sure it is designed that way, right? They don't want to make it too comfortable because then you're going to have people just sitting in the airport sleeping, which most people don't want to be in the airport. So if they are in the airport sleeping, it's because their flight got canceled or something and they don't have anywhere to go. But yeah, for the most part, those seats are always the same. And I totally agree with you. I had the what you're gonna learn if you don't already know, like if you're using points, sometimes you have to do some weird flights. It's just the way it is, and you just kind of have to bear with it. You're using points, so they're not always going to give you the best routes. And I had a flight where it made no sense. I think it was 2 stops, but I was flying back from Aruba, and I ended up, instead of flying directly to Los Angeles. Well, I had another stop. I can't even remember the stops. I think one was in like Houston or it was something. So I had that stop, and then I had another stop, but that stop was going to be in San Diego, which is about an hour and a half from where I live. And so instead of coming straight out to Los Angeles, I had to go to San Diego, and that layover in San Diego was 8 hours, and it was the only flight that I could get. And so part of me was thinking, well, I had already messed up because I checked a bag. So now looking back on it, I should have just had my carry-on. If I would have done just a carry-on, I would have been fine because I could have just left the airport and missed that last flight, and I could have rented a car and drove the hour and a half and gotten home. That's the way I should have done it. But what I did is I checked the bag, so now I'm in a little different situation, which I guess that bag would have gone anyway. The bag would have come to LAX. I could have picked it up later that day, but that still would have been kind of a hassle. But anyway, if I check my bag, like I said, or not check my bag, if I had to carry on, then I would have been able to just rent a car and drive on through. But I didn't do that, so I'm in the airport. It was late. It was probably, I got into that airport probably about 11 o'clock at night, and I didn't know that the airport in San Diego closes. So they close certain parts of the airport off. So the where the gates are, no flights are coming in or anything like that during the late night. So they just close the airport, and so you have to go down to the baggage claim, and you just have to be there. So I had to go down to baggage claim, and I fell asleep down there. But it's very uncomfortable in baggage claim because usually in the baggage claim there's no carpet, so you can't really like. I was literally in the airport laying down, have my one of my backpacks, laying on the backpack using that as a pillow, and security came by and said, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, you're not going to be able to stay here. You're going to have to go down to baggage claim." So you go down to baggage claim, and it's just a tile floor, and then the little carousel things, and so they had a few chairs there. So I just leaned up against a chair, put my foot up, had my backpack, and I had one of those. I have the Amazon 40-liter travel backpack, so I had that with me. I just put my feet up on that thing and tried to sleep for a couple of hours. I didn't really sleep, but I was trying to sleep for a couple of hours. But that was the worst thing for me. I mean, it was a worst decision because I'm sitting at an airport an hour and a half away, but I have to wait 8 hours until my next flight. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was ridiculous. And then I could have also caught a train too. That would have been another option. So looking back on it, and this was early on in my points, using points and stuff like that. There's a few different things that I could have done to avoid that. All right, guys, let's see. We'll get to these last questions, and then we're gonna call it a night. I really appreciate you guys coming on. I'm glad David was able to come on and kind of explain what his situation was. Like I said, I didn't want to put out there, like I did say, like it was a family emergency, but I don't want to put too much information out there because you know how stuff goes, right? You put that out there, and then now he's getting calls from, I saw on Travel Explorer Clicks channel that your wife was in an accident and this and that. You know how stuff goes. So yeah, I didn't want to put that all out there, but I'm glad he was able to come on to talk a little bit about the reason why he wasn't able to come on tonight. Let's see. Okay, Faker fan, TC, what's your 524 if business cards counted? If business cards counted, uh I mean, I don't have any right now. I'm at 024. So the last four cards, so I'd be at 424 right now, because the last four cards that I picked up are all business cards. I got the United Explorer card, the business version, the Chase Ink business, the Chase Ink Unlimited, the Chase Ink Cash, and the Chase Ink Business Plus, which is not available anymore. It's a Chase Ink Business Preferred now. So yeah, I'd be at 424 if business cards counted towards 524, but they don't. They don't count. All right. The war on SJW. Let's see. Do you have a strategy for stacking points? I don't really stack points. Like I and if you're asking like stack points, like accumulate points, or are you asking like stack points like in certain ecosystems or something like that? I don't really have a strategy when it comes to that. I just kind of I work in ecosystem. So right now I'm working a Chase ecosystem, and I will try to maximize as far as getting the right cards. So I'll have those sign up bonuses with those cards, and then from there I want to get cards that are long term cards that I'm going to use over and over again for all of my spend. So I don't use a debit card, so I use my cards for all of my spend, using that Chase Sapphire Reserve for pretty much everything. That gets me 3 points for every dollar spent in that category. Then I also use a Chase Ink cash card, which I really like, and go to office supply stores, get 5 points for every dollar spent there. And then I fill in other categories. If I'm staying at a Hyatt property, I'm going to use that World of Hyatt card. You get 9 points for every dollar spent. I'll even eat at the restaurants at Hyatt more often than I would normally do, because I know I can get 9 points for every dollar spent there. So that's kind of the way that I work that ecosystem. So if you're asking like how do you earn points, yeah, that's generally how I'm earning points. And then I don't really look for new cards unless I know that I'm planning on doing a trip, and I know I'm going to need more points than what I have. But every year you should be able to earn a certain amount of points depending on how much you spend, right? And we kind of some years you might spend more money than others, but if you're using your travel credit card for all of your purchases, then you're probably going to be earning around the same amount of points every year if you're using the categories right. So honestly, I don't know that number. I need to. They make it a little. Chase does make it easy where they'll show you like every year like what you spent. I need to go back. That's something I need to go back just to see what I spent last year and what I got with points. Now I will say I'm a lot stricter on what I use my cards for now than I was last year. Last year I wasn't that strict on, like, I would just use my card like, oh, okay, I'm just going to use a Chase Sapphire Reserve, even though I'm only getting 1 point for every dollar spent on certain categories. Now I'm a little stricter, and in the future I want to get even more strict where I'm just like, okay, this card I'm using for this card I'm using for this, but yeah, so that's pretty much how I earn when it comes down to it. Okay. Okay, so Faker Fan has a good question here. How often or how far out do you normally book award flights? I'm bad. I'm bad when it comes to it because I do wait around. When it comes to United, they have this fee that they will tack on if it's 3 weeks or less or something like that. So you want to do it like a month out if possible when it comes to United, because they tack on this extra fee. And I can't even remember how much it was, but they will tack that on. So try to do it a month out. I can't even remember the name of that fee. I remember it was sad because I was looking at the flight when my last trip to Colombia. I was looking at the flight like 2 months out, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is how many points I'm gonna need, and this is how much my taxes and fees are gonna be. And then I waited, and I booked it 3 weeks. Like that third week, yeah, it was like what 19 days before I was gonna go to Colombia, and so I had to pay that fee. I'm trying to see the name. Points. Let me see here. I don't even know what you know when you want to search something, you're like thinking, how do I say this? Yeah, so YouTube will understand what I'm saying. Yeah. God, where is it? Help me out, guys, if you guys know what I'm talking about. It's yeah, where is it? Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I can't think of the name, but there is a fee. So you want to make sure you do it a month in advance. You want to make sure that you try to do it a month before you fly out. When it comes to United, I usually, like this last trip I just booked. I booked it about a month and a half prior to. One thing you want to understand too is some of these airlines will say no blackout dates. Okay, well that's great, no blackout dates. But guess what? Those points, when they run low on reward seats, then they're just going to hike up the points. So it's going to go from like 20,000 points up to like 50. Like United does this all the time. It goes from 20,000 points for an economy seat to 50,000 points for an economy seat. And it's so ridiculous because they do that. But then you look right next to it, and there's a business flight, there a business reward seat that's 35,000. So it's 50,000 for economy seat and 35,000 for a business seat, and you're thinking, what? That doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't. But it's on there, and if you don't believe me, you can go on United right now. Like, look at some of the flights that are going out, maybe a week, 2 weeks from now, and you're going to see, depending on where you're going, obviously, but like if it's out of the country, use Colombia, because I that's the one that I just saw it on, and I actually showed it in one of my live streams a while back, maybe about 3-4 months ago. It doesn't make any sense, but yeah, you look at it, it's 50,000 for an economy seat, and then 35,000 for a business class seat. So like, which one would you choose? Of course, I'm going business class. I'm not going to pay 50,000 for an economy seat. Okay. So that is one of the downfalls of the no blackout dates. They'll say no blackout dates, so they'll just raise the points up. So you can still technically fly out, but you're going to use a ridiculous amount of points. Never use 50,000 points to fly economy anywhere. Like, I can't think of anywhere, and this is 50,000 one way. This is not a round trip ticket. So you should never spend 50,000 to fly anywhere in the world, one way ticket. Economy. You should never have to spend 50,000. Okay. And so yeah, the war SJW is just saying, how do you accumulate? Yeah, and that's so part of the way that I'm in this, going back to the points, part of the way that I'm accumulating points is that way. So I'm using my credit card for all of my purchases. Whatever I'm purchasing, it's going on that card or on my travel credit cards. And then sign-up bonuses too. Like, I might get 2, maybe 3 cards per year, and I'm hitting those sign-up bonuses with those cards, and so I'm earning, getting points there. And then you also have referral fees too. Talk to your friends. Like, I'm on YouTube, and so I do have my links here too. So if you guys want to check out a certain credit card, just check the description. There are some links there to some Chase cards. But the referral links are good. So if you have friends, family members, turn them on to travel credit cards. They work. They really do. And all it takes is for you to start traveling. And when you start traveling and people see, especially if they travel with you, and you start sharing stuff with them, and they're like, what? You paid $85 and you're flying to Colombia? Yeah, $85 and I'm flying business class. And once they start seeing that stuff, then they're starting to think, oh, okay, this works. Let me try to get in. And that's when you have them and you say, hey, well, you know what? Use my referral link. It's a good card. Go ahead and get it. And so that's another way to earn some points every year. All right, guys, we're going to have to round up. We're going to have to go ahead and stop here. And Faker Fan saying your bot's blocking me. I apologize, man. It will block profanity. Even if you don't say profanity, sometimes it thinks it's profanity for whatever reason. I don't know. And then it will start blocking some of the stuff that you say. So I do apologize for that. I can't control, like, oh, well, I don't know how to control a lot of the stuff that it does. There, you can fine tune it, make it less sensitive to some stuff. But I'm gonna have to get in there and change some things around. All right, guys. So if you guys want to check your points, I see Jessica checking her points here. But if you guys want to check your points, go ahead and do so. We'll wait a couple minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and in the live stream. I appreciate you guys all stopping by. It really means a lot. And like I said, we will have David on, David from Wise Flies on in the future. He's got a really good channel, so you guys want to check his channel. He's got some real good content about travel credit cards. He actually was the first person to reach out to me in the travel credit card community. He reached out to me to do a collab, and I've done a couple of collabs with him. So he's got a lot of good information there. He's got a lot of credit cards. I think he said he has like 52 credit cards. He has a lot of credit cards. I'm the conservative side. He's more the get every card you can. So yeah, we come from two different strategies. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons I wanted to get him on the show too, because of that. He's got a lot of experience getting credit cards, so he can really talk to you about that. Okay, guys. So thank you guys all for stopping by. We're gonna go ahead and end it, and we will be back on Saturday. So our regular scheduled Saturday show will be here in a few days. So 3 days from now, we'll be back on. I'll have a topic, and maybe we can do that community live stream on Saturday if you guys are willing. If I can get at least 2 people from the community to want to come on, then we'll do a community live stream on Saturday. And if not, then we'll have to work out a day. I'd like to do a Saturday, actually. It sounds like it would be good. So if you guys are willing, an hour of your time to come on, I think it would be great. And I want to do more community live streams too, so not just this one. So if you can't make this one, we can reschedule and have you on another time. But yeah, I would definitely like to do one on Saturday if we can. All right, guys. So I'm going to go for now. Thank you guys for stopping by. And please hit the like button. And remember, comment on the video. Comment on the video. Say, I like the video. So like the video. Put a comment in the comment down below right now. And just say that you like the video. That you liked the video. I have to see that in there in order to know that, okay. Because some people just comment, and then I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to give them points. But they might have even watched the live stream or watched any of the video. You get what I'm saying, right? So if it's just a regular comment, I'm not going to give you any points. But if you put at the end of the comment that you like the video, then I will give that. Maybe I need to have like another. Maybe I should have something else. So I know. Just put TEC points or something. So I'll know. So either you like the video or TEC points at the end of the comments, just so I know that that's the reason, that's the reason why you put the comment in there, if that makes sense. I just need to have something to kind of gauge, okay, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and give them points. And it's not just a random comment or question that someone had that has no idea what the heck a TEC point is. So, okay, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.